Alrighty. I think we are live. So let me just verify with one of our guys that we're good. And then he's probably going to promote it.
Oh, it says on air.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Bet. Yep, audio's good. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, we're going to wait until he promotes it, and then we'll start getting into it. Make sure he puts out the tweet. Jeremy. Okay, cool. Jeff said we were good. Alrighty. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do this thing. All right. So before we get really into this thing, let's introduce you. We have 4-star defensive tackle Landon Rink, Texas A&M commit. All right, it's up. Get it, baby. All right, let's go, Jeremy. Thank you. We got 4-star defensive tackle Landon Rink here, class of 2025, Texas A&M commit. To see if he can beat me, he probably will. All right, last week, not the best showing on my end. I lost. We're not going to say that. We're not going to say the score. Keelan Russell did beat me pretty good though. We're going to see if I can capitalize, or not necessarily capitalize. We're just going to see if I can get myself back on track, even if I lose, just not lose by gazillion points. So I hear you're pretty good. So just talk to me. How do you think this is going to go?
No, I think it's gonna be a pretty good game for me. I hope you do better than last game, though. I hope you do better than last game.
Yeah, me too. So all right, well, you're rocking with LSU here, right? Yeah. Texas A&M commit, but going with the Tigers now. Let's not. You don't have to panic, A&M fans. He just said that he tried to play with A&M earlier, didn't like the playbook, didn't like the game plan maybe. So he's rocking with the Tigers, I think probably. So he can have a better run at beating me. So I'm going with Georgia. I've played with them a little bit recently. Let's see we'll go with the red. So alrighty. So as we get into this, we'll obviously talk about the game, play this game, get into it a little bit, and then. We'll talk a little bit about kind of your career, your recruitment. Like you said, obviously committed to A&M. But just kind of first overall, just talk about this upcoming season. What are you looking forward to, and kind of what's the plans, what's the goals for you?
I'm really excited for this year because I feel like this could be our best year as a defense, and our offense can be pretty good too. Also, I want to try to get 20 sacks this year. We had a bunch of games last year where we just blew everyone out and. Yeah, I got 15 last year. I only really played half games, and I want to try and get 100 tackles. Because I think I'm going to play a lot more this year. I think it'll be a little bit closer games because we're losing Trey and some other playmakers. So earlier in the season it's going to be a little bit closer games. So I think I'll play a lot more than I did last year because they just took me out after the first half. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, those are sometimes good problems to have, but it's pretty lofty goals: 100 tackles, 20 sacks. As we let's see. I get ball first. You get ball first. I get ball first. Let's go. Let's start off. Let's start off right.
All right.
All right. We kind of talk about you a little bit as a player. We were able to see you a bunch of times this offseason. At the Rivals 5-star, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But talk about you as a player. Obviously, you've can play outside and inside on the defensive line. So, what are you looking forward to as far as the future career? Where do you want to be on the line? Kind of what's your skill set?
I really just want to be versatile and be able to play across all positions because I feel like that's really big when you're trying to go to the NFL. Being able to play every single position across the line helps a lot. And, I feel like with A&M, they're going to put me in great positions for that. I've already, talked Coach Bateman and Coach Spence, Coach Tony, Coach Elko. They see me as playing ends, tackle, nose, whatever they need me to do, I'll be able to do that.
That's good. Yeah, we were able to see you kind of get after it a little bit. You were a little bit left on your own at Rivals 5-star. Oh, there we go. 5-star. Had some injuries on the green team. I was rocking with you on the green team, but had some injuries. So you had to get a bunch of reps out there. So it was good to see you get after a bunch of top guys. Obviously, guys, I don't know if you saw this or not, but he had 25 reps on bench press, which would be good, I think, for 7th best at the combine. Okay. I gotta lock in. I gotta pay attention a little bit now.
Oh my God.
Now you had 23 earlier in the summer or the spring maybe, and you said 25 is your goal. You got there. How long have you been this big of a lifter? How long have you been this strong?
So I've been working out since probably like 4th grade. My dad's been having me do workout because my dad's always been a football coach since
Right.
I've been alive. So I've been up at his school working out with him when he was at Duncanville and Seguin and fumble.
No, get on the ball. Get on the ball.
Go get it.
No.
Go get it.
Oh my goodness. Big man touchdown.
Hey.
This is not good. Already not good. We're already off to a bad start.
No, but I've been working out since that long, and I started lifting in my middle school in 6th grade, and kind of never looked back. COVID was kind of my big gain year. Like my dad would make me do 2 workouts a day during COVID because there's nothing else to do, and I think my dad's like pushing me constantly and making me work hard. Really helped me, obtain those weight room goals.
That's good. I see they put a poll in our YouTube chat here of who's gonna win. I don't imagine I'm gonna get many votes. I'm actually just gonna vote for myself here. It's at 50-50. I'll take that right now. Out of 2 voters, it's at 50-50. I'll rock with that.
Hey, man. I hope I win the poll. I don't know how many votes you can get after last week's performance.
Yeah, I don't. Oh my God! How is that another fumble? No, that can't be.
Go get him.
Get on the ball.
Get it.
Oh my goodness! Is that the same guy? How is that a fumble? What?
Oh my God!
That was the same exact play. Not on my end. What just happened? What? How is that possible?
Oh my God.
Come here.
Oh, what is he doing?
What?
Oh my God.
All right. This is not good. We're in danger territory already. This is not good. Oh no. Oh, he's okay. He's flexing on me now. Not good. Not good at all. This is not good.
Now my friends all told me at school that I better not lose. I gotta make Sci-Fair look good.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have to worry about that one, my friends. Yeah, Jeremy, this might be bad. Looking at we'll probably have some questions coming in the chat, but like I said earlier, a couple times, committed to A&M, but your dad was at Texas, right? Like your dad played there, or
yeah.
So talk to us of that, because that's quite a storyline. All the family connections there, and then you end up. Okay, what are we doing? You end up at A&M. So what was that whole experience like?
So my dad played at Texas from like 91, 95. I've always growing up, I was kind of inclined to like Texas, and my dad told me before I started getting recruited, he said, "I'm gonna push you not to my favorite school, but I'm gonna push you to the best school for you." And I feel like Texas came in early on me. Texas offered me when I was a freshman.
Yeah.
Going to be a sophomore, and they're my favorite school then. I love Coach Bo, who's now at LSU now. Love Coach Bo a lot. Love Coach Stark, and they're definitely like in my top schools for a very long time. And A&M came calling when I was a sophomore, and they were already one of my top schools after that. And my dad was kind of pushing me to A&M kind of early on because he really saw what like the afterlife, after school could do for you, the network, all that. And then when the new staff came along, A&M, he just knew that it was the perfect fit for me. He was really pushing me to go to A&M, and he really wanted me to go to A&M. Whenever I want to talk about Ohio State or USC, those coaches, he would always tell me, "Oh, I like A&M's a little better at that." And I was like, "Oh man!" So he really wants me to. I'm like, this is the place for me. And then I went on a visit, and I had that gut feeling, and I told him I'm going to commit right now, and he was hyped up. He said, "Let's go." Now I committed and I've never looked back since.
That's good. Did it surprise you the first time he said, I kind of like A&M for you, or did you always think he was gonna, go towards Texas for you, or what?
I kind of thought that he was gonna try and get me to go to Texas. He was pushing me there a little bit at first because we really like Coach Bo a
Right.
lot. I had a great relationship with Coach Bo, but when Coach Bo left, he kind of just backtracked. He kind of like took his foot off the gas a little bit, and he kind of examined everything. We sat down and talked about the best thing. Like we rated the schools 1 out of 10, and the two schools that were at the top were Ohio State and A&M. And then we just talked about it, and he just kept telling me that he felt that A&M was the best school for me, and that they were their tradition and their after school effect. The Aggie ring is so important. The after
Right.
school network. So he's saying that that's something that he wished he could have kind of had, because he still has it, but he said it's just not as big as the Aggie network. The Texas
Yeah, yeah.
network just isn't as big as the Aggie one.
That's interesting because normally the guys that go to Texas, they're ride or die, but I'm sure there's not a whole lot of families that can say that they've played at both of those schools for the rivals. So that'll be a really fun fact for your family down the line.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
so kind of going along with your recruitment, obviously that's a big wrinkle about it, but was there any, crazy stories from your recruitment, or a favorite recruiting story, or anything that, pops out that you can kind of think of that, would be out of the norm for some guys or anything?
I would say when I was at OU, they kind of just like they would have this whole junior day planned, and then they would just give me my own entire day. Because one time I was sick and tired of going to junior days. I texted the coach and I'm like, man, I can't go through another junior day. I already know everything. Could we just and then he picked out his whole plan for me for the entire day, and we just did a bunch of fun stuff that day. It was really cool. He picked the whole day out for me, and so then my best visit was probably to Ohio State, not counting my OV to A&M.
Uh-huh.
But it was an awesome visit, because in middle school, when I started to kind of realize who the best teams were, Ohio State was my favorite school because they were in the national championship every year. And it was an amazing visit. Coach Johnson, he hit it out the park. I didn't really want to go outside of state, but he had me really considering to just go outside of state and go all the way up there to Ohio State. And probably one of the best. That was probably one of the best visits I went on. They had everything there to offer.
Oh no!
They had all the they had this little basketball room with arcades in it. It was so cool.
Yeah.
And then my favorite A&M. Definitely the OV A&M was my best visit by far. It was my official visit. We went on these boats, and we surfed, and we went tubing. That was so much fun. Cause I surf with my friends sometimes too, so it was awesome. Recruiting DJ Sanders, and I was on a boat with DJ Hicks, Shamar Stewart, and Ruben Owens. It was really fun. Samu. It was really fun.
Yeah. Well, kind of walk us through, what all were you looking for on an official visit? Obviously, that's when, for those that don't know, that's when, it's a bigger and better visit from what they're normally used to, as compared to an unofficial. So you're actually able to kind of see a lot of things up close and, more in depth. So what is you went on a few different official visits. So how did they compare at all the places, and what do most schools try to do with you on official visits?
Well, I actually canceled my other ones after I committed.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did. You had a bunch scheduled, but you ended up not going.
Yeah, I had 4 scheduled, and then after I committed A&M, I only went to the A&M one. But I would say that the biggest difference is how they just go all out. I'm walking on red carpets to go to dinner. I'm eating some high grade steak, and they got just the food is insane. It's insane. The whole environment. At A&M is just awesome. It's a great family environment. Everyone there is having a great time. Food was what? How do you chop?
What are we doing?
The food was amazing though. I even saw the mascot, the little dog.
The dog, yeah,
That was
Reveille
pretty
or whatever
cool.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. Oh, I don't like this at all. Get it out. Oh God.
Hey, Cypress Legends.
Shoot.
I played against him my freshman year,
Did you?
and I tackled him, but we lost 60. We lost 63-21.
Oof.
It's bad.
That's not good.
Trey got COVID that game, so that was that. We got our backup quarterback in against Harold Perkins.
Yeah, that's not necessarily the best matchup there. Oh, I thought he caught it.
Oh,
We have someone that has asked, have you talked to Ruben Owens after he's ruled out for the season? Do you talk to any of the guys on the
I
team?
haven't. I mean, I talked to DJ Hicks and Samu sometimes. I kind of just talk to them when I'm up there. I don't really text them that much.
Yeah.
I would say I probably have a really good relationship with DJ Hicks though. And Samu. Ever since even with the old staff, I've been hanging out with. They've been taking like showing me around, telling me stuff. They did a really good job. They didn't even like really try to like just push me to A&M. They were just trying to help me out with my recruiting, like just overall. They were just trying to help me out, like tell me, he said I could ask about any place I wanted to. So I asked him about all the places I was looking at, and he told me the truth about everywhere.
Was there any places that surprised you, like going on unofficial visits or just talking to coaches or whatever, like things, just general recruiting that kind of surprised you, or places, that you maybe didn't think you would like but did, or thought you would like but didn't, anything like that going on, when you were on the road kind of throughout your recruitment?
I would say I don't like photo shoots that much.
Okay, that's interesting, because a lot of guys, that's what they're going on visits for. They want to get the photo taken.
Like it's cool. It's really cool, but like when I'm out there, like I do not know what to do. Like, I just do not know what pose to do. They have to tell me what to do. I do not know what to do. Because even when I'm in the game, I don't really celebrate. I kind of just like maybe flex or something.
Yeah.
I need to get my celebration game up. But I have no idea what to do when I'm in a photo shoot room.
So did you have other players telling you what to do, or who was giving you the poses, or did you have some down by the end? Like if you were to go do one now, do you have some stock poses that you're breaking out?
Yeah, I got some generic pose, like hands on the shoulder pad. I got some generic ones. Samu got A&M on my OV, got me some more poses.
Okay.
He was telling me to do some, but most of the time it's just the camera person tells me what to do. Ooh.
That was mean.
But yeah.
I didn't like that. What's crazy, we're almost to halftime. It's 30-0. This is not as bad as it was last week. So now I was told coming in by multiple people that you can play. So I knew that this was not going to go my way in almost any regard. So I'll take this. This is perfectly fine. Let's see what they're trying to draw up for me here.
As long as you're improving from last week, this is
that's really all I care about. And in the second half, we're not there yet. I could still fall apart even worse than what had already happened. See, that's what I need to not do. See, I'm trying to fall apart here now. I just stared that down. There was no. My bad, guys. That was my bad. I'm just not paying attention. When it came to actually picking A&M, I need to see. I'm not even.
I'll stop.
No. Keep going. I want to see how bad this can get. It pops. But going more towards, like, when you were actually committing to A&M, what was the process of letting the coaches know? Did you do it in person, on the phone? Like, what are those feelings? Were you nervous to let them know, or what does that look like behind the scenes?
So I just got home from my USC trip, and I had a great trip at USC, and I walk in, first thing, I meet with Elko, and Elko puts me on the hot seat. I mean, he puts me on the hot seat. He's like, man, he starts to tell me, he's like, okay, what do you like? What other schools are you seriously considering? And I told him, it's kind of down, like, really between y'all and Ohio State. That's my top two. And then he gave me, like, every reason why am I wasting my time with Ohio State when I know I'm going to A&M. He said, I need you to stop wasting your time, and I want you at the end of this practice, I want you to come tell me some good news at the end of this practice. I want you to come help me build a great class and recruit. So we go to eat. That was the first thing I did when I got there. So I'm going to go eat lunch, and I'm just like, my hands are sweating. I'm just thinking like the whole time. And I'm sitting down with the player, with the player development guys, Matty Ice and Coach Drew.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my dad, and I'm like, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to commit. And he's like, what? Because I texted my friends too. And I took my friends on visits, and they said I took them to UT game, took them to A&M games, and they said that A&M was the best experience they ever had. It was just so like awesome. And I told them, I think I'm gonna commit right now. They're like, no way, actually. And they were like, so like, they wanted me to commit to A&M. And I told my dad, and he's like, let's go, let's do it, because he wanted me to go there. He's like, let's do it right now. And I asked the player development people. I said, could you round up Coach Spence, Coach Tony, Coach Bateman, and Coach Elko at the end of practice for me? I have something to tell them.
Yeah.
So they kind of knew who it was. So I walked through the whole practice. I'm talking to people, hanging out, just chilling, walking. I know I'm about to be commit. And I talked to DeMontre Moore, the ex Aggie player. He was there to go. He played with Coach Tony in college. And I talked to him, and he was just telling me to A&M. He's like, man, it's a brotherhood. He's like telling me everything. I'm like, he's like, that's why you should come here. My dad's like, you gonna tell him? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna commit right now. And I'm like, and then I was so nervous to tell the coaches.
Oh no.
Oh shoot. Oh, I was so nervous to tell the coaches. I couldn't even say anything. So we brought all the coaches together. I'm sitting on the couch upstairs. They're all in the room. My dad's on FaceTime with my mom in the corner. And I'm like, and the coach is like, what you gotta say? I said, I'm coming. That's the only thing I said. I'm coming. And then everybody we got all hyped up, and it was a great time. And I was leaving on the elevator, and I was just so like excited. I forgot to tell the other coaches, and I was on the elevator with Coach Trooper, the running back coach, and he's probably the hypest coach I've ever met in my entire life. I mean, that dude is so hype all the time. And my dad's like, you're not going to tell him? I'm like, oh, yeah, I just committed. And then we get off the elevator. This dude starts tackling me. And he's, like, screaming. He's so excited. That was a great moment. It was a great moment.
That's fun.
But the hardest part about committing is telling the coaches no more. Never mind no after.
Walk us through those conversations. What are those like? I'm sure everyone talks about, not everyone makes those phone calls too. So a lot of people respect those that do. But what are those like? How long is that phone call? Is it awkward? Like, what's the feeling?
Man. Dude, it's so awkward because you've built such great relationships with these guys.
Yeah.
So I went home and I texted Coach Bates from OU. I probably had one of the best relationships with him. Oh my God. I probably had one of the best relationships with him out of all the coaches. And he was at his son. I'm like, Coach, can I call you real quick? And I never really texted him that, so he probably knew something. He was at his son's baseball game. I just ruined the whole family event. When I told
you
him
ruined the day, yeah.
And he was very sad. I mean, he kept on texting me a couple days later. He's like, man, he's first thing he said, I'm like, happy for you, happy that you know you're going, but man, I really thought we were gonna get you. And he texted me a couple days later. He's like, he was kind of asking me tips, what went differently, like, because he thought I was gonna pick them,
right?
And he asked for tips, what went wrong, and I said nothing went wrong. It's just my heart felt differently. But I love Coach Bates. He's a great guy.
Oh, come on.
And then another hard phone call. So I went to bed after that, and I was going to call Coach Johnson the next day. But I then announced that I was going to commit on Twitter, not realizing that I forgot to tell Coach Johnson. So then he's texting me, freaking out. He's texting me all day. Or he texted my dad. He's like, I need to get on the phone with Landon. And I'm like, can I call you after school? He said yes. And then I told him, and he kind of told me the same thing. And, I felt so bad. Because he also felt like I was gonna go. He felt like they were his number one because they knocked the visit out the park. I mean, it was a great unofficial visit.
Did you ever think you might end up anywhere other than A&M? Like, did you on some of those other visits, did you ever think like, oh, this might be the spot for me, or did you ever get that feeling until you were at A&M?
So, Also, it happened multiple times where it wasn't like the same feeling where it's like, okay, I
Right.
could really see myself going here. So when I got offered by Texas when I was a freshman, I'm like, man, I'm obviously I'm gonna go here because no one
Yeah,
has
because your dad
ever
was there.
offered
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, obviously I'm going to Texas, and then my dad's like, hey, just let it play out, just let it play out, just don't. We don't want to commit too early because they were trying to get me to commit as like soon as that my season ended my sophomore year. They
Yeah.
were texting me like, man, what is it gonna take? What we need you to commit, but what is it gonna take? And I was like, I want to play this out a little bit longer, and yeah, and then probably my first or second visit to OU, Coach Bates, he's such a great recruiter. He had like told me his life story, and he really he sold me. I was like, man, I thought I might come here, and then went to with a new staff A&M. I mean, first thing after the whole visit, Coach Elko's like, all right, I want you to be real with me. What don't you like about A&M? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it. I don't know what I don't like. And then I knew I was gonna go. I was like, okay, I have a really good feeling about A&M. Then Ohio State kind of flipped the script a little bit with that visit. I was like, man, this is my dream school, middle school. My favorite player of all time. Even though, oh shoot, no.
Finally,
My favorite
yards.
player of all time, even though I'm a D lineman, is Justin Fields because I'm a Bears fan too, and I loved Ohio State when I was in middle school.
Okay.
So that's my favorite player, even though he's on the Steelers now.
Yeah.
But I got to take a picture of his first round draft pick ball when I was in Coach Day's room. It
Oh,
was
that's cool.
awesome. What the hell's happening?
Yeah, that motion always confuses me so much.
And then the
Just
last visit
dancing in the
A&M when
backfield.
I committed, I mean, I got that feeling again. I got that feeling times 10, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is it. This is it.
So when you
But
were,
yeah, it was
after you
kind of
committed,
multiple swings.
yeah, after you committed, who was the first player you called to say, I need you with me?
Who was it? I I low key don't. I tried texting a lot of people. They
Yeah.
had me going after people. I thought. Okay, I know. So then I went to a spring practice that weekend with one of my friends because after I committed, it was like a secret spring practice because I was announcing it like 3 days later. But I wanted to go on a visit and go hang out. And
Uh-huh.
Jonte Newman, Bridgeland O lineman, he's in my area. I'm really good friends with him. And that day, I told him I committed. He's like, no way. And then I said, okay, who's your top two? And I got him to commit that day. I told Elko at the end of practice, I said, I think we can get Jonte to commit. If you do the same thing you did with me earlier this week. And then Jonte texted me, said I committed. And I was like, oh my
There you
God.
go.
So that was the first person I probably texted. And then the first person I told I committed was Kelvion. I'm like, hey, I called Telvion and Tiger because I played Little League with them growing up.
Ah, that would have been
So
a
I
touchdown.
told them I committed. And then I recruited Noah McHale. I texted Hassan a little bit too.
Yeah.
DJ Sanders, Zion Williams, even though he went to LSU. Uh, Chase Sims, and I think I've texted someone. Mason Posta.
Okay, so you were busy, and I know I remember talking to you about some of the players you're recruiting, and a lot of the players that have committed since then have said that you recruit them like harder than anybody. So you definitely putting in the work.
Yeah,
Kind of
I'm
next.
currently recruiting Jonah Williams right now.
Yeah, that's the next big one.
That's my goal. That's my goal.
Kind of moving on to some of the other. Yeah, exactly, Jeremy. I'm up 7-0 in the fourth. If we started this thing right now, I'd be winning. Yeah, Corey. That's exactly what I was about to get to. You were at the 5-star. Obviously, you're wearing the hoodie right there. We got the new logo behind me that we unveiled that week and everything. So he said, yeah. Corey mentioned legendary performance in the one-on-ones. What was the you've been to a bunch of different camps. You're one of the top players in the country. You get to go do a lot of cool things. What was the Rivals 5-star like for you? And what was that experience like down in Jacksonville?
No. It was. I had it wide open. It was really good. I mean, the whole time it was awesome. With my plane seat, like sometimes, when I'm flying, I don't really have any room, but my plane seat was nice. That's my That's a big thing for me. Cause I went to OT7, my plane seat, I was stuffed.
So you hear that, recruits?
I
When
was
we
stuffed.
bring you places, we do it in style.
Yeah. And then the bag, I mean, the bags we got, oh, I be wearing it around everywhere. I mean, it's
Good,
such a
good,
cool
good.
bag. And everything, the gear we got. And I feel like that was the best competition I've ever gone against in a camp. I mean, there's 5 stars everywhere. Like Michael Carroll. I'm not gonna try and pronounce his name, but the 26 O lineman.
Ayanachu.
Yeah, he was on my team, so I was happy with that. I was very
Yeah.
happy with that. I mean, the competition was insane. I mean, we were all like really close. Like we were all really after the camp. We were all in the hotel together, hanging out. Oh no, what am I doing?
I'm finding some momentum here. I got to be honest. Now, it's not going to do me any good. I'm down, 38 or whatever this score is, but
Oh shoot, I'm
um,
getting dotted up right now.
you mentioned Michael Carroll, a little while ago, and we were talking right before we got the stream. You said you didn't know how to attack him because his frame is so big.
Hmm.
What is it like going against players of that caliber and that talent level? Oop,
No,
that
no
talent level.
way.
Obviously you're getting you're wanting to show off, but I mean, how does that make you better when you go to stuff like that? Just figuring out how to beat guys that are like that and kind of comparing yourself to them.
Oh yeah, when you've gone against someone like going against someone that you've never seen a player like that before that frame, it makes you so much better. I mean, I was just like right before 1-on-1, I was going second. I was thinking like, man, what am I gonna attack first? What am I gonna do first? I was just thinking like it was so weird because he's so long, he's so big, and he's fast too. He's strong. So I was just thinking about. I was watching his earlier reps too to see what he was doing, and I won my point somehow. We went 5 reps because he kept on coming too close.
Yeah.
But I won the point for our team. We went to the championship after that. But it was so hard to go against him. It was, him and Carter Lowe were my hardest competition to go against, I would say. That was the only point I lost against Carter Lowe when I was playing right
Yeah,
in.
you had an awesome performance there. I mentioned the bench press thing. Obviously, the big man challenge, all that stuff. You were you were balling out, and like we had a couple guys go out because of injury, and it was supposed to be what 3 guys on each team, 3 or 4 guys, and by the end of it, you were the last man standing on the defensive line, I think.
Yeah.
So props to you. It's like we know that there's toughness in this one that got put down in the evaluation pretty quick.
Oh yeah. Hey, I could have done it though without Zaire going to D line too.
Yeah, that
Zaire
was
came
fun.
on to D line. Oh my god. Yeah, Zaire came out to D line and he won some reps for us actually, which, you know, I was very surprised
Yeah.
because he was clean reps too. But he said he plays both ways on his team in high school. So
Yeah.
we had Nacho played nose guard when the first injury happened.
Yeah, that's scary.
That
That's a
was not.
scary man. At any position, that's a scary man. He's like 6'8",
Yeah,
370.
I would have played nose guard is insane.
What do they think you're going to play at A&M? Obviously, you fit that interior mold, but you're extremely athletic. So you can bounce outside if you need to, or in certain packages, but what do they kind of envision you playing, especially with some of those, freaky defensive linemen they have, there currently?
I think for the first year because they said they want to use me early on a lot. They want to try and get me into the rotation early on. I think with DJ Hicks there, because I think I won't play that much 3 tech. They said I'll be playing my freshman year because I won't get that big yet. That I'll be
Yeah.
playing D ends on rundowns and then move inside for pass downs.
Okay.
That's what they kind of told me. They sat me down and kind of showed me DeMarvin Leal's film,
Mm.
and they showed me like they said I'm gonna be doing exactly what he's doing in the film, moving around because he played end on rundowns and then on pass downs he would move inside and play 3 tech. Oh,
Oof.
why am I playing? I'm so bad right now.
See, I'm out of timeouts now, so like I wasn't gonna win this one anyways, but I can make it a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be an early
I need
enrollee?
to
Are
see
you
what
getting there
Keelan
in
Russell
January?
did. Yeah, I'm gonna early enroll.
Oh, come on, give me that. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Man,
Yeah, so you'll be able to
in the
bulk up a
game.
little bit, put on some some of that weight before the season starts,
Oh yeah.
or that muscle tone.
I'll probably get up to about 290, 295.
Yeah. What are you at right now?
I'm at 280 right now. I just got back up because I got sick and I lost some weight. But I was down to like one time I weighed myself after workout. I was like 267. I'm like, whoa, that's not good.
Yeah.
Now at Rivals, I was like 283, and now I'm back up to 280 now. So I'm just kind of sitting here. I'll probably be 275 by the end of the season. God, I'm just getting destroyed right now.
See, if the whole game was the fourth quarter, I'd be balling.
Oh, you're blowing me out.
Why is he lined up over the guard?
Oh my God, dude, these guys
Let's
are
get it
not
going.
covering anything.
See, I finally
What's
got.
happening,
I told you about
guys?
this earlier. With the stream, there's a little bit of a lag on my side. It's not. I'm not making excuses, but it's there. I'll be honest. And see, I'm balling now. Like, see, this is a respectable score. I didn't like the first half got me. The first half, not good at all.
I haven't scored in the fourth quarter. What am I doing? Trying to run the ball.
See, I've just gotten used to this
What am I
lag.
doing
Like,
right
it's
now?
a little bit slower than the normal gameplay would be. Yes, thank you, Jeremy. I got my swagger back. So we're gonna have to run this back at some point. And I'm putting in some more practice. We're getting it down. I'm learning how to play at this speed.
I'm disappointed in my performance right now. First half, really good. I'm gonna say that the questions were distracting me.
Oh, is that what it was?
That's the real me in the first half.
Yeah. Let's see here. What are we doing? We got. Oh, I thought I picked it. That would have been nice. 45-28 would have been the good looking score.
Yeah, that would have been good. I need to stop messing. What am I doing right now? What am I doing?
Yeah, you're doing these trick plays. You got some.
I'm messing around.
Some hullabaloo all over here. Oh, come on.
No!
Give me a fumble. Give me a fumble.
All right, I'm throwing a Hail Mary.
Call timeout. Call timeout. Call timeout.
I'm gonna call timeout at 1. I'm gonna call timeout
Okay, I was about to say, do it so we can end this thing on a bang. There we go. All right, what are you running? What kind of play we got coming here?
I'm throwing Hail Mary. I'm throwing it up.
Alrighty.
We did a good job stopping the run this game. I'm proud of my defense.
I don't even know if I tried to run this game other than like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, how was handling all those haters, Jeremy? The haters can look at it and they can't tell me I'm not getting better. All right, give me a pick.
Oh, I thought I caught it.
45-21. You know what? I will take this. I will take this as an absolute W. 21-0 in the fourth is crazy. I mean, you got me 23-0 in a second, but this is growth, Landon. We said earlier that if as long as the score wasn't as bad, then I was gonna be chilling. So. I think we got disconnected from the audio. No. I got to get him back in. Exit the game. We're in game chat. It disconnected us. No. We'll get Landon back in here in 1 second. I got to invite him back. I can see him on the camera. He can't see me though.
No, I'm just a talk right now.
Just get him back in here so we can finish this thing out. We're not necessarily gonna play a game. The Big Binky. That's Landon. Everyone can see the Big Binky.
There we go.
Yeah, it kicked us out because the game ended. Yeah, I was saying that was a big improvement on my end. That was I I will take
really
this.
Good.
Yeah, we can run it back next time. You can work on your skills with A&M or whoever you want to roll with next time. I'll keep my improvements going, but this is definitely a good talk. We will certainly run this back here in the future. So you got practice going. When's your first game? When do y'all start? When's the season start? At the end of the month?
We start next 2 weeks. We start in 2 weeks. We play Klein Kane on Thursday in 2 weeks.
Got you. So 100 tackles, 20 plus sacks. That's what we're looking for from Landon Rink here. So all right, this is Rivals. I am Rivals National Recruiting Analyst Marshall Levinson. We had 4-star defensive tackle Landon Rink with us. He got me. We're not gonna deny that one, but I was better. So awesome. Well, we appreciate you, Landon, and we will run this thing back here pretty soon.
Yes, sir.